This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Tuesday, September 29th, 2017. The title of this rant is, Will History Be Kind to the GOP on Global Climate Change? So earlier this week, there was some speculation that the betrayer of trust might decide to stay in the Paris climate agreement. Then basically they said later on, no, he's still going to get out of the Paris agreement. And remember, over 190 nations signed the Paris climate agreement that we need to take dramatic steps to protect this world from global climate change. So throughout the world, there is tremendous amount of consensus on this. But our friends in the GOP have made the determination that they don't want to believe in it. And the reason they don't want to believe in it is because that it would require the government to take a leading hand in determining how we address this. And they don't want the government to do that. So what we have here is a very few people in the United States, in terms of those who do not believe in global climate change, telling that 30% who are following the betrayer of trust like the Pied Piper that this isn't necessarily true at all, that it's false news. I call it false news, not fake news. But if we look just 25 years ahead from what we know right now, we know that every single car that will be built in 25 years will be built strictly on renewables. We will have passed. There will no longer be gas cars built at all. I think that Mercedes-Benz said starting in 2022, just 4 years from now, that every one of their new cars will be renewable. So all the big automakers are pushing for this. There will be a carbon tax. I remember I spoke to a young lady a couple years ago. There was a carbon tax going on in Congress. She was a big Repub. Yeah, it's so great we didn't pass the carbon tax. And I was thinking, 30 years from now, I'll be gone. This person's parents will be gone. The boomer generation will be gone. But there will be, at that time, some type of carbon tax. We may not call it that, but there will be a carbon tax, and we will pay to keep carbon in the ground. We'll have, let's say, huge solar arrays in space, getting this power from the sun and sending it down to Earth, and build huge commercial buildings, which we've barely tapped the surface on right now. We'll have a wide amount of wind, solar, and of course, especially old buildings. You open them up at 10 by 10, drill down a couple hundred feet, put the tubing through. You got great geothermal energy coming through. So we'll have a tremendous amount of renewables in that 20-25 years. But right now, because the GOP doesn't want to believe it, they're holding back technology. They're holding back investment. They're holding back innovation in all of these areas. And history will not be kind to them, even though they'll try and take credit for it. And rest assured, not even 25 years from now, 50 years from now, there will still be people, and I would say strictly conservatives, who will still be indicating that global climate change is a complete hoax. And that's what we're dealing with now, and we'll continue to deal with it. And it's sad, because there's so much innovation and investment that we could be doing that will take us leap years ahead than we are right now. We need that. And it's sad that one small party in the United States is holding the entire United States back on this.